your two favorite heroes, Superman and Batman, with Robin the Boy Wonder in one adventure together. This is my last chance to prove I belong on the Superman-Batman team. In this city of Kandor, we both have equal powers. If I can't help him fight a menace here, I'll resign. Poor Batman. He doesn't know I arranged a fake menace here for him to overcome, to build up his confidence. Part 1. Most legendary of cities is tiny Kandor, locked in the smallness to which it was doomed by Brainiac's shrinking ray. Superman has twice gone down to Kandor with Jimmy Olsen on vital missions, modeling themselves after Batman and Robin in their secret identities of Nightwing and Flame Bird. But now, fate decrees that the real dynamic duo descend there and destiny create the feud between Batman and Superman. Night over Gotham City, a vital Batman and Robin case reaches its climax. Stay in the Batplane, Robin. These crooks are dangerous. The thieves who stole the Army's new weapon secrets. We've cornered them, but they're desperate and will shoot to kill. At super speed, the Man of Steel streaks down to protect Batman. As your bullets can't hurt me, you may as well stop shooting. Superman! Superman! Batman's being hit by one of the bullets that bounced off you. Get him to the Batcave at once, Robin. I'll drop the crooks at police headquarters and join you. Soon, in the Batcave. I've given him first aid, but he isn't responding. That bullet must come out. He'll need an emergency operation, but no one must know Batman's out of action. Switch to your other identities and say that Bruce was shot in a hunting accident. So, it's millionaire Bruce Wayne who's rushed to surgery in an ambulance summoned by his young ward, Dick Grayson. Is he? Yes, Dick. I can see with my Superman X-ray vision that the operation was successful. Bruce will have to convalesce for a while, but he'll be all right. But days later, when Clark Kent visits Bruce, "You look fine, Bruce. You'll be fit to go into action with me again very soon." No, I'm resigning from the Batman-Superman team, and Robin with me. I'm not in your league, Clark. You're super, and I'm not. I'll always be a handicap to you because I'm just an ordinary human. You'll be better off on your own, not having to worry about rescuing Robin and me. That's nonsense. I won't let you break up our partnership. Minutes later, outside. I'm afraid you'll never talk him out of quitting the team. He's lost his morale. He's convinced you don't need him. Then I'll find some way to restore his morale. And after Clark Kent has switched to Superman, he consults his pal, reporter Jimmy Olsen. I'm certain Batman would get over his inferiority complex if he were my equal in everything. And there's one place on Earth where he would be, since I don't have superpowers there. Of course, the bottle city of Kandor. You'll work out some way to get Batman down there. Superman zooms with Jimmy to his secret fortress of solitude in the Arctic, where the bottle city of Kandor, a Kryptonian city reduced to tiny size, is kept. I'll need Kandorian help to work my plan, and my old friend Thanar, an official of Kandor, will surely aid me. I'll call him by monitor. Presently, the Kandorian official answers. Thanar, I must speak to you alone on an urgent matter. Of course, Superman. This is my brother, Janar, but he won't mind excusing us. Oh, well, if it's so secret, I'll leave. Thanar, I want you to create a fake menace in Kandor which Batman can help me battle without running any risk. I want you to use this secret of the metalloids from my trophies of Krypton. The metalloids? That secret of old Krypton hasn't been used for ages because it was too dreadful. But if it's only a hoax to make Batman look good, I'll cooperate. Soon afterward, when Bruce Wayne has returned home from the hospital. But you're completely recovered now, Bruce, and we should patrol Gotham City as Batman and Robin. Look, Ace wants to become Bat-Hound and go with us. I feel too low-spirited, Dick. Oh well, if you insist, we'll go down to the Batcave and change. But as they switch to the dynamic duo, it's Superman. I need the help of your detective skill, Batman. I'm worried about my fortress and want to put better locking devices on the doors. Jimmy Olsen is guarding it while I'm gone. With your superpowers, you shouldn't need my puny help. But of course I'll go, if you want me to. At super speed, the Man of Steel takes his two partners northward. Batman is listless, depressed. My scheme to build up his confidence in himself has got to work. But soon, Batman's study of the locks is interrupted by a distress alarm from Kandor. Superman, we need your help. The metalloids, the crime scourge of ancient Krypton, have reappeared in Kandor. I'll come at once with all the help I can get. Thanar is putting on a good act. The metalloids were a terrible menace on ancient Krypton. I've got to go down to Kandor to answer this call, but I have no superpowers there. Will you and Robin help me and Jimmy down there, please? The last time I worked with you, I was worse than useless, but I can't refuse your request. The reducing ray will make us small enough to enter the bottle and go down into tiny Kandor. But you three must wear the gravity shoes I gave you to withstand the Kryptonian gravity there. To think Batman and I are going into a city of old Krypton. Moments later. Quick, we must get the cork out of the bottle which contains Kandor before we're too small. And get ready to open your parachutes when we get inside. Then, down into the Kryptonian atmosphere of the miniature city. Keep together. I want us to land just outside the city itself. The city below. It's incredible. The only surviving city of Krypton. It's weird, beautiful, fantastic. It's all that, Batman, but don't forget we're here on a grave mission. And it will be as difficult for me here as for you, because in Kandor, which has Krypton's environment, I have no superpowers. Everything's different from Earth. The trees, the flowers, even the air. We'll go at once to the Night Cave, which Jimmy and I fitted up as Flamebird and Nightwing. That'll be our base here. Hurry. But as they move through the fantastic forest. Japers, what's coming through the forest? Sounds like a tank. I see it. Oh no, Batman, look, look. It's like a metal-bodied man, and it's smashing that tree with its hands. Look out, it's a metalloid. This is the menace that's terrified Kandor, an ancient secret of Kryptonian science that turns human flesh into invulnerable metal. The metalloid displays his tremendous strength. Of course, this really is my friend Thankar, who made himself into a metalloid to start the fake menace as I requested, but he ought to be more careful. That tree he's swinging nearly hit us. We've got to get out of here, fast. Quick, Robin, tie your silk rope to your batarang. Here come the batarangs back, and each of our ropes is now around a tree on the other side. Superman, Jimmy, this is the only way to escape that metal monster. And swinging on the silken ropes. Look out! The thing is throwing that tree at us in its frustration. Thankar is definitely overdoing this fake menace I asked him to create, and I'll tell him so later. It almost looks real. Let's hurry to the night cave. Soon, at a secluded mansion on the edge of Kandor. This is Norcan of Kandor, who was my parents' friend years ago and is mine. Welcome, Superman. I've kept your night cave just as you left it. Batman and Robin enter an amazing hideout. Batman, we modeled the night cave, also our secret identities of Nightwing and Flamebird, and our Nightmobile after you and Robin. And this is Nighthound, one of the strange telepathic hounds of Kandor. Down, boy. Jimmy and I have to change for an urgent mission. We must calm the panic the metalloid menace has aroused. While we're gone, Norcan can tell you the things you'll need to know here in Kandor. I understand. We'll be ready to help you in this emergency. And as the dynamic duo of Kandor speeds into Kryptonian City. Your scheme to restore Batman's morale is working, Superman. Did you see how fast he went into action when the metalloid charged us? Yes, and that's good. But Thankar overdid the menace hoax and really endangered us all. Soon, in the heart of Kandor. Look, a metalloid ripped open the Museum of Kryptonian History and looted its treasures. Nightwing and Flamebird, can you capture that terrible metalloid? Why would Thankar do this? I'm going to see him and find out. You stay here and calm the people's fears. Soon, at the home of his Kandorian friend. I may have given Thankar a wrong impression about the hoax I wanted him to stage. He overdid it so much that Kandor is in panic. I'll switch to Superman and tell him to tame it down. Thankar, I'm glad I found you here. I want to tell you. But what are you doing? He's trying to kill me. Has the metalloid secret gone to his head and turned him into a criminal? Back in the night cave, the Night Hound suddenly springs into action. Something's happened to Nightwing and Flamebird, and Night Hound, with his telepathic power, senses it. It must be something terrible. We'll have Night Hound lead us to wherever the trouble is. You and Robin couldn't keep up with Night Hound on foot, and the Nightmobile is gone. But these jet-powered flying belts used by Nightwing and Flamebird will speed you along. Their controls are simple. All right, let Nighthound out. There's not a moment to lose. And as the telepathic hound bolts out of the night cave, turn the altitude control up, Robin. Higher. I've got the hang of it now. Don't lose sight of Nighthound. He'll lead us to the danger. There's that metalloid, and he's killing Superman. Our fists won't hurt him any more than Nighthound's teeth. Help me grab one of those big metal awning poles. This heavy metal pole has enough weight to knock him back. The monstrous metal antagonist gives way. He got more than he wanted that time. We can easily follow him and run him down. No, Superman may be dying. He looked bad. But Superman has already revived. Superman, I followed you here after I calmed the people down. You're sure putting on a realistic act to make Batman think he saved you from that fake metalloid menace. Fake menace? So, you brought me down here by a hoax? And I can guess why. You thought you'd boost my morale by faking this mission, didn't you? Yes, Batman, I did. But this menace has somehow turned real. That metalloid was killing me. You really saved my life. Honest. Please, listen, Batman, I'm telling the truth. Don't lie to me, Superman. Jimmy gave you away. I could stand it to be inferior to you, but I can't forgive your tricking me, making me a fake hero. I'm through with you, Superman. For good. End Part 1. Part 2. The people of Kandor have admired the team of Nightwing and Flamebird and have cherished the legend of the great detectives and crime fighters in the long ago days of ancient Krypton. But now, as Batman and Robin battle a mighty menace, Kandor beholds the flashing abilities of the Manhunters from Earth. This is like a nightmare. Batman has turned himself into a metalloid, but it's the only way to defeat that creature. As Superman follows Batman. You've got to believe me, Batman. This began as a hoax, but it's now a real menace. I don't want any more false explanations. Now, please stop bothering me. But when Superman persists, I warned you, leave me alone. I never thought I'd see a situation like this. Batman's inferiority complex has made him lose his temper. Abruptly, a Kandorian official intervenes. Wait. If you two have a quarrel, you must settle it according to Kandorian tradition in a fair duel in the arena. A duel, but I have no desire to kill Superman, no matter how shabbily he's treated me. We of Kandor are humane and don't fight to the death. Duels here are fought with swords that don't wound, only stun. All right, I'll have this out for good with Superman. I'm not in favor of it, but I must honor Kandorian tradition. Presently, in the ancient arena of Kandor, the two famous partners prepare to fight. If your force-charged sword touches your opponent, its force will temporarily stun him, and whoever is stunned loses the duel. The shields are of insulation material. It's sort of like touch football compared to real football, but I'm ready. The shining blades clash, and the strange battle is on. Even without your superpowers, you can beat him, Superman. And stunning Batman might bring him to his senses. He can't match your agility, Batman. Take him. Batman must win. If he should lose this duel, his inferiority complex could become permanent. Of the two duelists, one is at a psychological disadvantage. Batman is so angry at me. He's left an opening in his guard, but I can't muster myself to take advantage of it. Superman's hesitation is disastrous, for Batman uses all his brilliant acrobatic skill. And then, touché, Superman. Everything going black. I'm passing out. The Batman wins. Are you going to leave him there, Batman? Yes, Robin. Superman's not seriously hurt and will revive soon. It served him right for his hoax. Later, when Superman revives. I'm sorry, Superman, but Batman still believes the metalloid menace is a hoax. It was supposed to be a hoax, but it isn't. For some reason, Thankar has gone berserk and become evil. We'll have to capture this metalloid to convince Batman. Let's go back to Thankar's house. Shortly, outside Thankar's home. I couldn't find any clue in Thankar's house, and no one's there. Jimmy, as a metalloid, he's very heavy. Maybe we can trail him wherever he went by his footprints. The trail leads into the weird jungle. We keep losing the trail on hard ground. If only you had your microscopic vision. But if we do find him, how can you, without super strength, fight him? The ancient Kryptonian wristlet he is wearing under his costume is what turned him into a mighty metalloid. If I remove that, he'll become an ordinary man again. Suddenly, a shattering surprise. Look out! There's not one metalloid, but 3 of them. Get away while you can, Jimmy, and tell Batman and Robin I'm in real trouble. You must convince them that they're my only chance. And as Jimmy flees, got to hold him while Jimmy gets away. Oh, my head! Soon, in the night cave, we only came here to return those flying belts. We're going to leave Kandor. You can't. Superman needs your help. He's a prisoner of the metalloids and is depending on you. Listen. Finally convinced of the reality of the menace, the dynamic duo acts swiftly. They've gone and taken Superman with them and took care to leave no trail this time. Maybe Nighthound can lead us to Superman by tuning in on his thoughts. Can you do it, boy? His telepathic power doesn't seem to work. Maybe it's because Superman is still unconscious. I've got an idea, Jimmy. We'll consult your crime file in the night cave and find out how the lawmen of ancient Krypton used to combat these terrible metalloids. Soon, in the night cave. You must know the Kryptonian language more fully. This high-speed teaching machine of theirs will make you learn it swiftly. Then we'll go through our crime file. These audio-visual tapes contain the history of criminology on Krypton before crime there became almost obsolete. The tape I'm putting on the projector tells of the methods used by the great Kryptonian detective Van Varro. Van Varro was a scientific sleuth who used an ingenious X-ray telescope to spot criminals. Kryptonian Police Headquarters, the criminal who raided the Museum of Jewels with a theft machine is hiding at 224 Solar Avenue. Then there was the great biologist detective, Tech Abbott, who ran down the thief who stole one of Krypton's sacred winged creatures. You're trapped, Lars Eden. If you'd known the life forms of Krypton as I do, you'd know that a winged one can always find its mate, which is how I found you. He's armed and took me by surprise. I've got to surrender. Many of Krypton's ancient crimes were solved not by a human sleuth, but by an ingenious machine known as the computer detective. From mathematically analyzing every clue in this room, I deduce that the thief who was here looks approximately like this. That's a picture of Bren Burr, a character we've long had under suspicion. We'll grab him fast. But it was Detective Abzorna who conquered the greatest crime menace in Krypton's history, the metalloids. Only one way to conquer a metalloid: removing from its wrist the force-radiating instrument which turned it into metal, so it'll become flesh and blood again. And the robot I built is strong enough to do that. It's winning. But we haven't time to build such a mighty robot with Superman a captive. Yet we have to rescue Superman somehow. Listen, that's the night alarm sounded by Kandorian police when there's an emergency. The metalloids must be striking again. Robin and I will go. You stay with Nighthound, Jimmy, for as soon as Superman recovers consciousness, Nighthound will sense his thoughts and lead you to him. Meanwhile, the Metal Terror strikes panic in Kandor.
The metalloids, they're robbing the vault of scientific secrets! Its walls are invulnerable, but they're tipping it off its foundations. They'll loot our greatest secrets, and no one can stop them.
And when the dynamic duo reaches the scene, they looted all the valuable secrets and went that way. No one, nothing could stop them. If only Nightwing and Flamebird were here instead of these two strangers. How can these two combat such a fearful menace? Undaunted, the greatest detectives from the outer world, Earth, hurtle into action. Batman, look out! They've spotted us following them and are going to throw big boulders at us. We've got to fool them into thinking we're done for. Let some rocks graze close to us, and we'll pretend we've been hit. As mighty missiles fly close, good boy, Robin. He's putting on a great possum act. Hope the metalloids think we both be knocked down. But just before they reach the ground, now, pull your body up, Robin, and blast your jets to break your fall. Made it! But that was close. Our plan worked. The metalloids think we're dead and won't be so careful hiding their footsteps now, but we have to trail them on foot. And I was just getting used to flying. Oh well. The trail leads the two great manhunters to... They're in there, Batman, but how can we ever get the forced wristlets off those mighty metalloids? We'll climb up this cliff. I've got a plan. I'll need my hood and shirt to work it, but it doesn't matter if someone in Kandor sees me unmasked. Swift, silent preparations are made. This little stone I tossed down should bring one of them out to investigate. I hope this works, for we won't have another chance. As the metalloid emerges to investigate, I've temporarily blindfolded the metalloid. Now, Robin, here I come. The Boy Wonder swings swiftly and... The wristlet! I got it! I counted on his raising his hands to remove the blindfold. Now, without the wristlet's power, he'll change back to ordinary flesh. Swiftly, the change takes place. I got him tied up before he recovered from the shock of change. But the other two are coming, and we can't pull this trick again. Which is why I'm putting this thing on my own wrist to make myself a metalloid. An incredible change takes place in moments.
This is like a nightmare. Batman's flesh has turned to living metal.
As the other two metalloids approach... Now, if I can get the wristlet off that metalloid while he's falling and is off balance... Securing the wristlet, Robin uses it.
What a sensation! I feel powerful, mighty, but I must help Batman.
Next moment, a Robin metalloid joins a Batman metalloid in the fray.
Now, with my tremendous strength, I can tear the wristlet off the third crook while Batman holds him.
Moments later, when the three criminals have been made normal and secured, the dynamic duo also returns to normal. Nighthound found the telepathic trail for me, which means Superman must have regained consciousness. But you two seem to have everything cleaned up. Superman must be in that cave, tied up, when Superman is released. Great work, Batman. The loot of the metalloids is all in the cavern. But this ex-metalloid is Janar, the brother of my friend Thanar. Yes, I overheard you tell my brother you'd give him the wristlet so that he could stage a fake metalloid menace. I took the wristlet from him and duplicated it. I've kept him drugged. Later, after the thieves have been brought to justice and Thanar found and revived. But won't you and your great friend stay in Kandor, Superman? Not this time. Frankly, without my superpowers, I had a rough time this trip and will be glad to get back to Earth. And soon, coming up out of Kandor and making themselves normal-sized once more. My head still aches. I'm not used to being conked that way. Batman, are you convinced now you really did save me? Yes, Superman, and you saved me from the complex that was getting me down. I'll never forget it.